So, Doom, being the hottest thing since sliced pong, was naturally ported to pretty much anywhere that it could feasibly be ported to during its height of popularity in the 90s. You got the Sega 32X, the Atari Jaguar, the Super Nintendo, PlayStation, the 3DO, the Sega Saturn, and of course every other home computer that could run DOS at the time or anything beyond DOS. One noticeable omission from this, however, was the Nintendo 64. Anything that could run on electricity was running Doom at the time, but the Nintendo 64 never got its own version of Doom. It got one better. It got a wholly original Doom campaign, complete with entirely original sprite work, new music and sound effects, 32 all-new levels exclusive to this game, and after over 20 years of just being that weird side thing from the 90s, it's finally getting a chance to shine on modern platforms. Thornbrain, Torpid Typus, you two join me for this Let's Play of Doom 64.
There are now 32 of each of us here to commentate with you.
I am now here to discuss how this is in fact canon.
It is canon, after being ignored for 20 years. So, I've said before, I want to play on Ultra Violence. Doom 64 has its own naming for difficulty. I thought I was playing on the equivalent of Ultra Violence. I was wrong. Sorry. Okay, first things first. Before we get into anything, before we discuss anything, don't shoot that barrel. There is an extraordinarily secret in this level that requires that you shoot every explosive barrel in the level, and it's right behind the entrance. Once you shoot the last one, the secret exit, which leads, again, to a stupid secret exit that you're not supposed to find on your first try, don't worry if you don't. It opens up for just 10 seconds, and it's behind the intro area, so save that barrel for last.
To remind yourself.
I actually really like the updated look.
Yeah, as you can see, Doom 1 and 2 were pretty much identical graphically. Doom 64 has a look of its own, and it's super awesome.
It's refreshing to see something that looks at least a little bit different.
Yeah.
It's getting a little monotonous near the end there.
Also, man, you can tell it's an N64 game with the muddy textures.
Yeah, it's kind of a muddy game, but also look at this chainsaw. It's got 2 blades. That's just kind of stupid. Chainsaws are made to cut wood. Doom Guy finds his own reasons for it, but what is a double-bladed chainsaw supposed to do? Cut discs of wood?
No, it's supposed to cut people.
That has to be it.
It's actually designed to look cool.
Yeah, and because since there's 2 blades, it's also a lot more powerful. It can tear through things a lot more than the original Doom chainsaw.
Would you say that it's twice as strong?
I think it just kind of attacks twice as fast, because I know Pinky's pretty much everything dies twice as fast once you, actually get up on somebody. And implying with that is this game actually has, tweaks to the gameplay, which Doom 2 really didn't have. And pretty much anything existing acted pretty much the same as Doom 1. Doom 64 does have a few gameplay tweaks from existing elements, including the chainsaw. A few enemies act differently. The game itself is kind of slower paced. So, this is very much its own experience. It's so interesting.
And even just the fact that you have to do a sort of mission to unlock a secret instead of just walking to it.
Yeah, very much. Though that is the only secret in the game that's like that.
Oh, I was kind of hoping that you had to actually do something each time.
Yeah, you gotta hump a wall.
You get tired of that after a while, though.
Speak for yourself.
Well, I feel like there are a few more complex secret resolutions. This one is just probably the most out there, having to destroy barrels. There's nothing else like that.
To be fair, it's pretty fucking obtuse.
Here's another interesting thing. Sometimes you could view screens. That doesn't show anything now because we already got that secret, but that'll actually show you the supercharge that we picked up. So it'll show you, hey, this is somewhere in the level. You gonna go find it?
That's actually pretty clever.
Yeah, there's a few instances of that, of being able to look on screens. Plenty of screens don't do anything, but some do.
Also, man, they are reveling in that new lighting.
Oh yes, of course DOS couldn't do lighting for shit. The Nintendo 64 can. Like, this is still kind of the same engine as Doom, but it definitely takes more advantage of the Nintendo 64 hardware in certain places. Also, spoilers, there's bridges. There are bridges later in the game. They did it.
My god.
Verticality.
To be fair, it helps that this is actually fully 3D.
I don't think it is, actually. I don't
Is
think
it?
I don't think so.
It looks fully 3D.
Well, this is also an updated engine for the new releases.
True.
So there. This is our super secret level.
John Romero. Oh.
Again, you are not supposed to find this level on your first try. It's basically a cheat level, and it is so strange. So, you're in this room. The exit's actually right over there. You can just leave if you want. But there's some power-ups around here. Let's get them. Oh boy, a supercharge. Fuck. I can't get out. No. Oh god, the Crusher. It's a-coming. Get me out of here. No!
Hectic will make you its bitch.
Less hectic and more panic.
Goodbye!
And? The squish sound in this game is so juicy.
Yes.
It's pretty good.
So how about that mega armor over here? Okay.
It even looked like a crusher. Come on.
I know.
God, this is a weird joke level.
It is very much that. It is a joke. Though, beating it fully, of course, there's these... I don't know what happens here. I'm going to try to pick this up again later, and the trap will actually work, but right now you just can't pick it up. I'm not sure why.
Because you have full armor.
Yeah, your armor's soul, dude.
Oh, fuck, that's why. Damn it. That makes sense. Okay, so there are 3 rooms, each of which containing a key and a trap. So we gotta get all the keys to get to the real exit of this level. So here's another new mechanic, dart traps. If you pass certain lines, darts can start flying out of the walls. So that's tricky, but it's probably the easiest trap in this level. Now for the second easiest, second hardest. Get this key. Here's our arachnotrons. They're bigger, they're more bean-shaped, and they shoot 2 plasma shots this time.
This is really about doubling up on everything, isn't it?
Yep.
Can't decide if they look more or less like brains.
I'd say more so. Also a crusher activated on everywhere that was not lit up there, but I...
Oh my fucking god.
So I didn't know that that middle panel, it hurts you. I didn't know that. So let's fight the arachnotrons again. Maybe we can do a little bit better. And I did. I have much more health this time. Fuck. It just crushes you once.
Bop.
It does like 5 damage.
Just a light little crushy. Why do you keep walking over that?
I keep forgetting. Alright, let's try getting this armor again now that it's not full.
That feels really good on my fucked up eyes.
That one just has a cutscene where you explode.
That's pretty sick, though.
Alright.
What did you think the pulsating mass of flesh was?
A friend.
The remains of an arachnotron. Fuck! So once you get the key here, move. Juicy.
Squeesh.
Once you get the key here, run back. The lava's gonna fall. There's no way out of there. Now you gotta fight 4 Hell Knights on this really narrow platform. And adding insult to injury, in Doom 64, the rocket launcher has kickback. So you can't just stand on here and shoot. You kind of have to cubby yourself in this little door a bit. Alright. We survived Hectic.
Have you really, though?
Barely. So there's a few advantages to actually taking this level. It's not just a big fuck you. You not only get the rocket launcher really early if you go here, it actually unlocks some things, which I will be showing off here in a second. Also, no part-time, so no one can make fun of me for how long I spend in levels anymore.
Oh man, passwords.
I will talk about the passwords here in a second, but when you beat Hectic, you unlock the features option in the menu, which opens up a level select, some cheats, and it also unlocks some challenge maps. They're called fun maps. They're more difficult maps, and you can just warp to them and play them if you want.
Look, years of playing Dwarf Fortress has taught me to never trust the phrase fun.
Yeah, they're definitely more difficult, or just I don't know, they're difficult, they're just kind of strange, is their thing.
Gimmicky.
Yeah, gimmicky. So, passwords. The original Nintendo 64 one had passwords. You can also save to the N64 memory card. I do not believe you could save mid-level, though. You can, of course, in the modern ports, which is what I'm playing. I'm playing the PC version of the modern ports. It was also released on PS4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and Google Stadia. If you want that version.
You got one more month before they finally give up on it.
Yeah.
No, they're still updating it. They added some shit recently.
In case Doom 64 is too intensive for you to play without playing it on a cloud.
The funny thing about that room that was dark and then slowly lit up in blue, even though this is an N64 game, that felt more like the old PC games I used to play, like Descend, than anything in Doom 1 or 2.
Yeah, I feel that. I've never heard of that game, but I understand what you're talking about.
It's a motion sickness simulator.
Yeah.
So the key kind of teleports around. I don't know why it does this. It actually doesn't add to much. I think it's just kind of showing off that you can. So here's a bunch of switches. One of them does not have computers on it, so that is the one we're going to want to press. But we're still going to press them all anyway. Ow.
Bonk.
Doom 64 is a good game. Ow. It's really fun. Ow. Okay, let's get it.
So it's one of those people who has trouble accepting compliments.
Wow, I feel attacked.
Another thing to mention about Doom 64, at least the original, I actually bought it recently on Nintendo 64 and played it a bit. Shit's dark. Really obnoxiously dark. Like, you cannot see a damn thing on the original Nintendo 64 version. That has obviously been fixed on the modern ports, and these are, like, not even close, the definitive way to play Doom 64 now. But god, you could not see shit on a CRT TV on the Nintendo 64 itself. It was awful.
You can see how Doom 3 was inevitable.
I could see better in Doom 3 than Doom 64, honestly.
Depends upon what version we're talking.
So do you know if this game has like an actual lighting engine? Or if like the color here is mostly just background sprite work or textures that have you?
Oh, it very much has its own lighting engine, yes. You'll notice some areas have like different lighting, flashing lighting, like your sprite will change depending on where, on the lighting of the area. The sprites of the enemies will change. At least to my knowledge, it's actual lighting.
If so, that's interestingly advanced, because even Perfect Dark, which utilized the expansion pack for the N64, the light bulbs and the lighting and all that were just textures because it didn't have a lighting engine.
It may be a gimmick to kind of get around it and make it look better, but I think it's actual lighting. I can't confirm or deny it, though, I guess.
I can't see the colors on Doom Guy's guns changing.
Yeah. They got a lot of advancements over the standard DOS Doom engine.
So, the secret to lighting in video games is that it's all about how well you can cheat.
Pretty much.
Speaking of lighting, you can stand in these flashing squares to know where you'll be safe from these crushers. Most of the time. You can stand on the edge and your gun will still be flashing and you might get crushed. In fact, that may or may not happen in this recording. I know it happened to me once before.
Oh yes, you pay for the crusher, but you only need the edge.
Slide on back through. No more wasting time. Just run.
Okay, but imagine this game, but one of your items is a flashlight that you had to use to see in the absolute darkness. But you had to switch between your gun and the flashlight all the time.
Gee, that would just suck ass. So here's a bit of check out our fancy engine. You can't do this on DOS.
Oh damn.
Terraforming. This level is called the Terraformer. And like, it wants you to see this. It won't let you out of this room until this cutscene is done.
So when do you get crushed by it?
You don't. I guess that's another thing that keeping you in here avoids. You can't actually get crushed by these things.
I wonder if it's something that was in like playtesting, they caught it, and it's like, oh Jesus, oh fuck. Just breaks something completely.
One irritating thing about this game is that the zombie men and shotgun guys, their sprites are very similar. We've probably been seeing a mix of them here, both regular pistolers and shotgunners, but I can hardly tell the difference. Apparently their pants are slightly different colors, but that's like it. It's not like the originals where they're very distinct.
This one wears jorts and the other one wears parachute pants.
Now that'd be more distinct than what they actually are. I believe if I'm not wrong, the shotgunners have olive green pants and the zombies have gray pants? Or maybe the other way around, because, yeah, these gray pant ones are dropping shotguns, so I guess they're the gray panted ones. I don't know, the colors are so the same either way.
These ones are olive green, these ones are chartreuse.
So there is a secret back there. I clearly don't know how to open it.
That's kind of unfortunate for an all secrets run.
I mean, I figure it out. I believe that pressing that switch actually opens it up, or grabbing the, No, there's a switch in there that I neglected to press. We'll get back to it.
Also, man, that yellow key card just looked like a glass of lemonade.
That's how you absorb it, so you can use it whenever you want. You drink it.
Wait, this isn't lemonade.
Here's our Levy button. But let's go get some secrets first. So you have to press, like... There's where it opens up. You kind of have to press on the edge of this wall right here to open it up.
What the fuck?
The secrets in Doom 64 are pretty tricky, outside of even, like, Hectic. Hectic was just dumb to find, like, on purpose. But the rest are just kind of tricky.
You had to lick one screw in the wall.
I appear to have accidentally cut out that secret. I will add it in post.
Wow, what an amazing secret, Jacob!
Thank you. There it is. It's in the wall.
My god.
So, before we end this episode, I would want to talk about one more thing about Doom 64 that was very obvious compared to the other games, was its sound design. The sound effects are actually taken from the PlayStation version of Doom, which, again, as we discussed, is very much its own experience. The music is not taken from PlayStation Doom, but it's from the same composer, someone by the name of Aubrey Hodges. It, of course, gets far away from the stupid metal midis of the DOS games. The little squeaky boys. The whole game's atmosphere, like with the music, the sprite design, the sound design, is more horror-like. Apparently that's what they were originally going for with classic Doom, was they wanted to make a horror game, but because of DOS's limitations, they like accidentally made a high-octane action game. But Doom 64 seems to be closer to realizing that idea than the originals were.
And then they made Doom 3.
Yeah, that was just full horror.
And it sucked. Look, I played the version that didn't let you strap a flashlight to a gun, okay?
And I didn't, so I have a higher opinion of it.
I love fucking beating up people with my shitty flashlight.